Waiting on a couple players to take their seats. We'll get the introductions going. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dakota Poker Tour continuation here. We are at the Buckskin bar in Killdeer, North Dakota for our Buckskin Shootout. We are currently have 50 entries into our tournament. I think we have just a few players who have busted. There is still time to get in if you're in the Killdeer area to get in. That's going to be taking in entries until about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and introduce our feature table. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other tables out in our field. So welcome to the stream. My name's Brian. Let's get into the action. All right, and welcome, as I said, to Buckskin Bar in Killdeer, North Dakota. We have our feature table ready to start on the action. In seat 1, we'll have Deb Gullickson out of Hazen. She's got a starting stack of 52,600 in chips. In seat 2, Jerry Pockle of Dickinson, 20,700 in chips. Nick Klott of Killdeer, 28,800 in chips. Todd Edmondson of Killdeer as well, 46,300 in chips. Stanley Keller from Dodge, he'll start out with 49,000. In seat 6, Greg Nordgren of Killdeer, starting out with 22,200. Keith Burker of Billings, Montana, 43,000 in chips. And rounding off our feature table here, we have Justin Youngbird, starting with 30,000 in chips. Last night we had our satellite night where players had an opportunity to get a free buy-in, or at least a buy-in to this tournament. Admittingly, we didn't stick around the production crew to the end of that. We had been working all day long, driving out here, setting up, and it was time for us to get some rest for the nice long day today.
Jared, turn that red all on. The all button. Got to turn that on.
So we'll start off. Todd's going to fold a less than stellar hand and over to Greg Nordgren. Queen 10 of hearts. He's going to make the call. Blinds are at 300, 600 with a 600 big blind ante. Justin Youngbird will call in the cutoff. Deb Gullickson, I think she folds. And we'll fold around to Nick Klott. He'll fold. 900 to call for Greg, which I'm sure he will. There it is. And we'll see a flop. Flop comes 6-7-9. Justin Youngbird getting top pair. 3 clubs, though, so that'll be interesting to see how Justin plays this, if he's afraid of a flush, so he's going to go ahead and be aggressive here. He's going to bet 100 or 1,500, and Greg will fold. So once again, we have 50 unique entries so far today. There's still plenty of time to get down here to Buckskin in Killdeer. Entry will be till about 4:30 or 5 when that dinner break happens. And this weekend kicks off a string of DPT events out on the west side of North Dakota. Our next event will be the Fat Stacks tournament at Fatfish in Dickinson, just straight south of us. That's going to be on February 26th. And interesting thing about that event, it'll be the first, or maybe not the first, but one of the first DPT and Rough Rider Poker Tour co-events. So Rough Rider with Jerry and his crew, they're going to be running that event, but you'll be able to earn points for both DPT and Rough Rider. Greg will call, Justin calls, Deb with unknown cards will fold, Jerry calls. Got Nick and Todd will pocket pairs. Flop comes at 3, 4, 10. Jerry and Justin get the best piece of that flop. Todd will bet out 2,100. Justin calls. Jerry's going to lay it down, and Nick will fold as well. So we'll have 2 people to the turn. And it is a 4. Todd will check. Over to Justin. He'll bet 1,000, I believe. 1,500. Todd will call. And a 5 on the river. We'll see a check from Todd, and Justin will most likely be aggressive here. Oh, it looks like he checked. Aaron Nordstrom will call for 600. Keith will call. Justin calls. See Todd calling for 300 more, and Stanley Keller in the big blind will check his option. And our flop comes 7 to 8. Todd and Stanley get catch something on that. No one with 2 diamonds, so No flush draws. Stanley will bet 1,200. Top pair. Keith folds. Justin folds. Todd with the deuce. He'll also fold. So as I was saying before, today kicks off a little string of events out here in the west side of the state. We'll call it the west side, but after our Fat Stacks tournament in Dickinson on February 26th, we'll have back-to-back tournaments on 2 consecutive days. March 4th will be in Oaks, North Dakota for the Hole-in-One Foundation. That's the charity. But that will be a one-day event. And then the very next day, just a little bit north, head to the Buff Bar for the Buffalo City Showdown in Jamestown, North Dakota. And then the following weekend, we're going to be in Beulah for the first time DPT heads to Fanatics Bar for the Black Gold Deep Stack tournament. That's a 2-day tournament. We got 5 players in on this flop, 6 players in on that flop. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nearly a family pot here. We'll see check, check, check. Justin will bet the minimum 600 over to Nick. He'll fold. Stanley will call. Greg will fold. And Keith will call. Turns a 3. Now, a little bit earlier before the live stream, there was a slew of offers from the players here and the Dakota Poker Tour. If a 7 deuce wins or gets brought down to Showdown, I think DPT will pick up the bill for a round of drinks. I think it's a Queen 7 or a Queen 3. Tim Rice will pick up the tab, and there was probably 3 or 4 other, I think it was a Pocket Kings brought to the end. Someone else would buy a round, so nothing but love here out west. Justin Youngberg will take down this pot with 2 pair. There's our field. There's a look at the Buckskin Bar. This is just one of 3 areas at this bar. It's a very unique setup. This is kind of like your main big bar area, a lot of decor around, featuring 2 separate bars. And then we have the middle section of the Buckskin, and that'll be more of your gaming area. And then we have I think it's the far north side, is more of your classic fine dining section of the Buckskin. So you can find a whole bunch of atmospheres here, and it really is just a special place to be. And we got some potential fireworks brewing. 3 premium ace kicker hands. Jerry with big slick suited will raise to 2.3. We have 1, 2, 3 callers. Really like Justin's play here of calling with a less than premium hand. He's got 2 live cards already somewhat priced in the big blind. And here comes ace 3, 4. Justin, the only one with a piece of the action on this. Greg will check. Justin checks. Jerry. Jerry will bet 1,300. Todd will fold. Jerry betting the 1,300, assuming no one else would catch a piece of this less than stellar flop.
Almost not going. There we go. Okay.
That's Flonase. That's Flonase.
All caps.
No.
Jerry, what's the last name?
Pachl. Yep. Okay. No.
Someone else has got the login. Is it muted?
Some of you guys may or may not be hearing this, so I don't think our stream is up and running quite yet due to unforeseen circumstances. Okay, sounds like we are getting our stream out on YouTube, but not Facebook as of now. So now we can confidently give you some commentary that someone out there will hear it. Want to wish all of our friends with the Rough Rider Poker Tour good luck up at the Sky Dancer Casino in Belcourt this weekend. Hopefully they have some good turnout. And most importantly, a fun time. Oops. We do seem to have a very lively, or at least a very joking crowd with all of our players here. Was dealing for the better part of the morning and moved around to a few different tables, and man, we got a lot of characters, so hopefully we'll see some of those characters reach our feature and final table. And if you want to get a live update from the field, see how many players remaining, please go to dakotapokertour.com. You can view the leaderboard, current event, the upcoming events, everything you can see from our new and improved website, dakotapokertour.com. So we've got 3 checks on the flop, and we have a king, king, deuce flop. Deb's hand is unknown, which is fun. It's fun to not see the hands all the time. Looks like we're waiting on Deb to fold. There it is. Deb's folding right there. Oh, no, she won. So Deb let out for 1,200. And then we had folds all the way around. All right, so Jerry under the gun. He'll call. We had a fold, then we had a call. And then a fold, it looks like. Raise to 1,600. 2,600. Fold. Fold. And those graphics are right on Deb's card, so it's hard to see. But I believe she folded, Jerry called. Or Deb might still have her cards. It's hard to see. Those graphics are there.
She still has them. She still has cards.
And Jerry called. Todd will call. Okay. This is what you call getting out the cobwebs. We did add a new person to the crew. We got Jared here, who's not brand new. He's done plenty of poker events, and he did the Grand Forks Listen Inc. Monster Stack. I believe was a commentator there, and also ran the live stream in Devil's Lake over the New Year's weekend. But Todd will lead out with a bet of 10,000. Greg will call, and Jerry, time to get out of there. Didn't catch a 4 on the flop, so no trips for him. Jack on the turn gives Todd a full house. Greg has 2 pair, and Todd's going all in. Actually, Todd, one of those characters, also Todd, co-owner of the Buckskin with his wife Nan. So thank you to Todd and Nan for providing and such a great venue, great service, great drinks, even better food. Food out here is just stellar. So if you're in the Killdeer area, Buckskin is definitely a place to come and check out. Greg will make the call, and we're most likely, unless an ace comes on the river, see Todd Edmondson double up.
He's got more chip. Our chips are wrong. Greg isn't all. He has more left. Because that we messed up. Okay, so that's going to show him. Randy, can I get a count on Greg's remaining chips?
So it says he was eliminated, but that's not right. We'll get his chip count.
You want to turn up the audio on OBS just a little bit?
You wouldn't think poker is a fast-paced game,
Down a little bit.
but when you're running live stream software and doing everything like that, it does feel like it can be fast-paced at times. So we're just getting some chip counts just to make sure we're on for you guys so you know exactly what's going on. Here's another overview of the, we'll call it the main bar here at Buckskin. You can just see the attention to detail with all the decor around. If you can see on the right side of the screen, top right side, that screen on the wall with a barrel, that's actually your touch tunes. So no detail was overlooked. Even the touch tunes box has a Western flair theme to it. So it just is a really cool atmosphere here. Nick Klatt will.
I think my blinds are on. Please, big blind.
One more. One more. There. All right. All right. Now we are. Should have 6 to the flop with Jack 3-3. Jerry checks, Nick checks, Todd checks, Keith checks, Justin checks, and Deb looks like she's reaching for chips. Folks, we're most likely going to see a bet here. And that is a bet for $2,300. Jerry folds, Nick folds. Todd after a nice double up. He'll fold. Keith folds over to Justin. And Justin will fold as well. Just remember all these DPT events. If you place, you're earning points. If you're earning points, you're climbing up the leaderboard. And if you're climbing up the leaderboard, you might become our Player of the Year, DPT Player of the Year, which all culminates to a 3-day weekend of poker. We'll be at the Speedway Event Center this year again. If you'd like to take a look at all of the upcoming events and leaderboard and anything and everything DPT, and go to dakotapokertour.com. We'll have our blinds going up after a minute here. We're going to see a few calls. Todd will check his option. In our flop comes King 7-8, all hearts. Todd doing a heart check. Or Nick will, Todd will. Everyone's going to check for hearts. 3 on the turn. We got a check, check. Check and check. And a 9 on the river. That will give Keith with a pair of 3s the check mark. We'll see if Keith can sniff out that no one else has a hand. Justin hopeful with his ace high that he would have won, but Keith did pair his 3s on the turn. And by my calculations, a pair is more than ace high.
Levels up here.
Blinds are up to 488. So 400, 800, and an 800 big blind ante. We're on our 6th level. We have 3 levels to go, this one including 2 more, and then we'll have our 30-minute dinner break. And I do believe that'll be the last chance to enter and register here. If you're in the Killdeer area, you got plenty of time to get down here and play some poker. We'll have a total prize pool finalized when we come back from break. It'll probably be our final table stream. I'm going to estimate between $2,000 and $3,000 to the top place. But with our blinds up, we have 3 calls, 4 calls, and an option checked with Stanley. Flop comes 5, 6, 8. Todd Edmondson flops a straight. Stanley gets a gut shot. Mr. Burker gets top pair. Justin's out of the way. Jerry, I don't foresee him sticking around. Jerry, earlier I was dealing at his table. Jerry did bust out. Rebought, left to collect himself for a few moments and then rebought back into the tournament. And here he is on our feature table. Todd will raise it up after a Keith bet of 1,200. Todd raises it to 2,400. Stanley folds, and Keith, with the open-ender top pair, will call. 5 on the turn. The only thing Todd has to worry about is a higher straight, so 9-7, or a full house. The bet is 4,000. Keith will call. And a river is an ace. Ace of clubs. So that might give Todd a little bit of pause for concern with the flush getting there, but he will fire away for 10,000, putting Keith in a pretty tough spot. And he will make the call with second pair. And he's going to find out he lost. Wah, wah. There he is. Ship's going his way. So after Todd survives a much-needed double up, he's now sitting with a pretty good stack. God darn it. Another point of interest here in Killdeer is another bar owned by Nan, is the Pipe. Head on over to the Pipe. It's just down the road, but basically everything is just down the road in small town North Dakota. Pipe is another excellent bar in Killdeer featuring gaming, great drinks, and excellent food. And we have a massive 6-way flop. We'll see what happens with those cards as the flop comes out. 8, King, Ace. We have 3 people getting. Oh, Jerry flops 2 pair. That's looking real nice. He's going to go ahead and bet out 2,300. Probably see a Todd call. Probably won't see a call from anyone else. Nick is all in with a Broadway draw. Todd will get out of the way. Stanley's out of the way. Greg's out of the way. Justin's out of the way. Jerry most likely will call here. I can't see him not calling unless he's running into ace-king is the only thing that beats him at this point. Or a pocket pair, 2 8s, 2 kings, 2 aces. Less likely to have those, but Jerry obviously doesn't know what Nick has. He doesn't want to bust out again. But all in for 23,200 more to call for Jerry. It says he'll be all in to call. We'll see what how much he actually has. He will make the call, though. And actually, yeah, I think that is right. Jerry will be all in to call. And he's got 2 pair. Flip up the Jack 10, and Jerry, we'll see if he puts a smile on his face at all, knowing what he's up against. Just has to dodge a queen here. Queen and a queen only. There's a 5. Needs to dodge a queen. 4 outs. 6 on the river. Jerry Pockle will double up and or knock out Nick Klatt. If anything, Nick will be left with pennies. Yeah, 700 is what I'm seeing on our software. So, and where is he at on the blinds? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 hands until he's back in the big blind, which would put him all in. No, he'll have 1,900 left. So the good news is he can finance another trip around the table. The bad news is he is definitely the short stack at this tournament and is going to need to be going all in and catch some luck in order to stick around, survive, and get a shot to win top prize here tonight. Justin Yunberg. Pocket 2s, Deb Gullickson. She's got what they call in poker pocket rockets. Most coveted starting hand to some. Some might hate it because they always seem to get cracked, but Nick Klatt will be all in for 1,900. The good news is he's got 2 live cards. The bad news is he's getting called by aces. So even if he hits a king or a queen on the flop, it's not going to be good. Justin Youngberg does call with the 2s, so we'll have 3 players in. Nick Klatt's tournament life is on the line, and it comes 5-3-5. Justin and Deb will need to battle it out. It looks like Justin will bet 2,200. Deb will easily make a call. Lead on the turn, no flush draw, complete rainbow. Justin checks. Deb will certainly win this pot. Nick's drawing dead. Unless Justin hits a 2 on the river. Yeah, it's too much. So with that, we'll flip them up. Deb will show her aces. Nick Klatt will show nothing of value on this hand. Great starting hand. And Nick Klatt will have a long walk home. He does live in Killdeer here, though, so not too far. Since last hand, it sounds like we've lost a couple players in the field. If I had my phone on me, I'd be able to let you know exactly how many players are left by going on the website, dakotapokertour.com, clicking on live updates, and you'd be able to see just exactly how many players we have left and another open seat. They're dropping like flies, ladies and gentlemen. This was a $150 buy-in for $20K in chips. You can add on or rebuy for $50, up to 3 add-ons for an additional $10K per $50. So the full amount's $300, and then plus a $25 fee for the dealers. That is not required, but always appreciated for those that deal poker to add to that tip pool. You see our dealer here, Randy. He is definitely the man when it comes to dealing final tables. Randy's fingers are probably the strongest I've ever seen. I haven't seen anyone with less prone to finger fatigue than Randy. I do believe, was talking with him earlier, he does go home and shuffle cards for hours a day to build up the strength he needs to deal. I think it's every weekend he's dealing, but Jerry here picking up a couple of ladies. Todd will fold, Stanley folds. Greg and Keith will fold over to Justin, and then up to Deb to call. Actually, Justin does call. So we have Jerry raising to 3,600, Justin calling, and our flop comes 7-4-7, 2 clubs. Jerry's definitely going to want to bet early and often with 2 clubs on the board, for fear of the flush possibility. And Jerry will bet 3,600. Justin will stick around for that price. See Justin's outs, 9 of them. That's a lot of the deck. And now a flush doesn't matter because Jerry's got a full house. The only thing that can happen is an ace on the river or another 7 for a chop pot. Or no, not chop pot. Justin would have the ace kicker. And a king on the river, Jerry will get the check mark. Justin will check. Not catching his flush. That would have been a dream for Jerry if Justin caught his flush. At least best case scenario for max pain. But Jerry will be raking in a nice sized 23,200 chip pot. This is just featured table coverage from the Buckskin Shootout in Killdeer, North Dakota. If you can read that, we have just under 13 minutes left on this level. That is 400, 800 with an 800 big blind ante. We will stream to the end of this level. Then we'll have 2 levels after that, 30-minute dinner break, and We'll let the tournament continue, and we'll be back later this evening for maybe the last 2 tables into the final table coverage. We'll have Payouts finalized at that point. Be able to know what we're playing for here today. It is thousands of dollars.
That just happened. Another one. One yesterday.
4 players in on the flop comes 4-3-8. Deb will check. Jerry has definitely a lot of equity in this hand. He'll bet 2,100. Keith flopping a gut shot. Considering his lower chip stack, chasing is not really a good strategy, but he will call for 2,100. Justin ace-6. No real equity in that hand. He'll get out of the way. Deb with the 4. She'll stick around hoping for a 9 or another 4. Jerry would probably love to see a 9 of clubs, unbeknownst to him. There's a 9 of spades. Deb with 2 pair. Jerry still ace high. Deb will bet 3,000. Jerry will call. Keith, there's no way he sticks around now. There it is. Five of hearts on the river will give Deb's 2 pair the check mark. She'll bet 3,000. Jerry did not catch his flush. Has a lot of cards to a straight, but they're missing the 6. Jerry wisely folding. I think I heard another player down. So I don't know what the next step up is of dropping like flies. I don't know how you would describe that. But they're dropping quick. That's all I can say. Deb now in second place on our feature table in chips. Todd Edmondson in first place with the chip lead at the table with 97,300. Stanley Keller will have Jack 7 off. He'll fold. Greg will fold. Keith will fold. Justin Youngbird will fold. And it looks like we will have a new player at the table in seat 9. Deb, though, will fold. Jerry looking down at ace 7 suited, a similar hand to last hand. 400 to call, but he's going to raise it up to 1,800 total. Mm-hmm. Stephen Finley, 10K. Dude, can we give this back to you in a minute? Yeah. Okay. Jerry raises to 1.8. Actually, it's a raise, yeah, so Todd is on the line to call. In the big blind. He'll defend. Flop comes, king 5, king, holy smokes. Jerry will lead out for 1,200. Todd can see him slow playing this. You can notice his behavior. He's really playing it off like he doesn't have much of anything. He's very nonchalant. I like that call. Disguise the true strength of your hand, which is, it's like a gladiator. Oh my God, and a 4 on the turn. Todd just turned a boat. Jerry, 1,200 again with the C-bet, and Todd, what does he want to do here? Jerry's still betting into him. I think it's a call. He's going to raise it up to probably like 28 or 2,900, maybe 3,000. Yeah, right, just 3,000. Jerry will fold. I think Todd, for max extraction, calls there. Even if Jerry does slow down on the river, now he knows he won't be betting anymore. He's got the nuts. I think a call there would have been a little bit smarter for max extraction, but still very good hand. And seat 9. I think that's seat 3. No, 10,000. And it's Stephen Finley joining us on seat 9.
You're the most expensive then.
There it is. So Stephen coming in at the short stack. Just, I don't even know what that is at big blinds. He's got maybe 12 or 13 big blinds left. There's our chip count again. Nick Klatt was not eliminated in 8th place. That's okay. It's just feature table. I'm thinking what happened is Steven must have busted on another table, rebought in with, he still had some buy-ins or add-ons to go, so just 10,000 does seem like an odd amount to come in the table with exactly. So I believe he busted, bought back in, and now finds himself at the feature table. We'll see if he has any more add-ons to go. Todd will raise to 6,400 after getting 2 cards in his hand. Insane. Keith Burker. They're suited. Looks like he's going to make the call. You know, perhaps disguising the strength of his hand. Justin will also call. Oh gosh, and Todd flops trips. Unbelievable. Keith with a gut shot. Now I don't mind this play from Todd. Maybe a little bit less, but I think 16,400, that would put both of these players all in, so probably isn't much Todd could do but check there. The board isn't very coordinated. He's got a very strong hand, Todd does. Maybe again would have slowed down and checked to disguise the strength of your hand, see if one of the other short stacks wanted to be aggressive. See if they could steal the pot from you. But you know doggone well you've got trip queens. And you had 2 callers pre-flop with a like a $5,000 or $6,000 raise. But hey, that's why we're playing live. That's why it's easy to commentate poker. It's harder to play it. But I'm sure Todd will run this back and maybe take some notes on how to, get that max pain from the other players. But Justin here waking up with 2 queens. So pocket queens dealt twice in a row. He'll raise to 2,400. Jerry will call with also another pocket pair. Todd folds, Stanley folds, and Greg will also fold. So Justin and Jerry going to duke it out after the flop. Flop comes at 8-4 ace. Justin bets 1,000. Jerry will stick around for that price, hoping to catch another or 7 on the turn. And a 6 on the turn. Gives the flush draw. That gets there. Jerry does have a straight draw and only 1-7 left in the deck. 2 on the river. And we're going to have just 50 seconds until we take a break and come back later today. Justin will go all in. I think Jerry folds at this point. He still has cards, but I'd expect him to fold here. One more hand since the level's not officially over, I think. And if Randy starts shuffling in 10 seconds.
10 seconds, 9 seconds.
All right, he's shuffling, so that means we're one more hand at this level. I think we have 6 tables left. 5 or 6 tables left, so we will have one. We'll have one more hand at this level, and then we're going to take a break till later this evening when we come back for final table action, potentially feature table. Last 2 tables. Blinds will go up to 600, 1,200, 1,200. It's our final hand at 4-8-8. Justin will fold. Steven will fold. Deb will fold. And Jerry waking up with ace-4, not quite waking up to it, but he'll make the call. Todd in the cutoff will call. Stanley on the button. King-8 offsuit. Looks like he'll make either a call or a raise. I think he makes the call. Greg in the small blind will call, and Keith will check his option. The theme at this table has seemed to be a lot of people want to play with a huge range of hands. There's not even, I would say, a premium hand that's being played right here. 7-10 Jack come on the flop, and no one gets a piece of that. There are some draws now. At least straight draws, but nothing else, really. We'll see check, check, check. And Stanley will bet 1,600. We'll see fold, 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 and probably a fold. Oh, no, we're going to see a call. So both people with a gut shot straight draw will stay in the hand, and Stanley gets it. And a 10 on the river will give Stanley the check mark. Todd will check. Stanley will look to make a value bet here of, I think, 2,200. Can't imagine Todd sticking around to see what Stanley has. Oh, man, Todd calls with his pair of nines. Stanley shows his 8, and that's a straight. Says, oh, great. And that's going to do it for our broadcast, our first one of the day. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see if we can get the Facebook stream up. So thank you for tuning in on YouTube. We're at the Buckskin Shootout in Killdeer, North Dakota. Still time to get in to the tournament if you are in the area. We'll see you all on the other side.